It was well past midnight when Jacques Saunière, the revered curator of the Louvre Museum, found himself staring down the barrel of a gun inside the Grand Gallery. His attacker, an albino monk named Silas, had come for a secret Saunière had sworn to protect. The monk, acting on orders from a mysterious figure known only as the Teacher, demanded the location of the keystone, the first clue in a trail leading to one of the greatest hidden treasures of history. Saunière, realizing he had no way out, spun a web of deception, sending Silas on a false lead before being fatally shot. But before he succumbed, he used his final moments to leave a cryptic message, one that would set off a chain of events none could foresee. Hours later, Robert Langdon, a Harvard professor of symbology, was abruptly awakened in his Paris hotel room by the French police. Captain Bezoufache, a determined investigator, escorted Langdon to the crime scene under the pretense of seeking his expertise. However, the moment Langdon saw Saunière's body, sprawled in a strange pose mimicking Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, he knew something was amiss. Around the body, an eerie series of clues, an anagram, and a Fibonacci sequence had been scrawled in blood. What Langdon didn't know was that he was Fache's prime suspect. Before he could grasp the gravity of the situation, a young cryptologist, Sophie Neveu, discreetly approached him. She revealed that she was Saunière's estranged granddaughter and that the messages left behind were meant for her. Realizing that Langdon was in danger, she orchestrated an escape, leaving Fache furious in their wake. As they fled the Louvre, Langdon and Sophie pieced together the first puzzle, which led them to a secret deposit box at the Zurich-based Depository Bank of Switzerland. Inside, they found a cryptex, a cylindrical device designed by Leonardo da Vinci himself, capable of protecting a fragile papyrus containing the next clue. To open it, they needed the correct 5-letter password. With police hot on their trail, they turned to Sir Lee Teabing, a historian obsessed with the legend of the Holy Grail. In Teabing's luxurious chateau, they learned a truth that shattered conventional history. The Grail, he claimed, was not a chalice but a secret, ancient documents proving that Jesus Christ was married to Mary Magdalene and that their bloodline had survived through centuries. The Church, desperate to protect its authority, had hidden this truth, using groups like Opus Dei to eliminate those who threatened its narrative. The Priory of Chaon, an ancient secret society that included figures like Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Newton, had safeguarded this secret for generations. Meanwhile, Silas, under the direction of the Teacher, continued his ruthless pursuit of the keystone. His blind devotion to Opus Dei and its leader, Bishop Aringarosa, had led him to believe that destroying the Grail's secrets was God's will. But unbeknownst to him, the Teacher had his own agenda, one that would soon unravel. Langdon, Sophie, and Teabing flew to London, following a series of riddles embedded in Da Vinci's artwork and the works of Sir Isaac Newton. Each step brought them closer to unlocking the cryptex, which they believed would reveal the Grail's final location. Their journey led them to Temple Church, but they soon realized they had been deceived. Silas had followed them, and an ambush ensued. The monk was ultimately arrested, but not before an unexpected betrayal came to light. Sir Lee Teabing, their trusted ally, was the Teacher. His fascination with the Grail had driven him to orchestrate Saunière's murder and manipulate Silas and Aringarosa to serve his own ends. He wanted the truth revealed, but on his terms, positioning himself as the sole gatekeeper of history's greatest secret. Holding them at gunpoint, he demanded the password to the cryptex. But Langdon, in a moment of quick thinking, tricked Teabing by solving the riddle internally and then throwing the cryptex into the air. Teabing lunged for it, only to be subdued by the authorities moments later. With the final clue in hand, Langdon and Sophie traveled to Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. Here, they discovered a stunning revelation. The Grail was not an object, but a lineage. Sophie herself was the living descendant of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. Her family, long hidden and protected, had been separated during the chaos of Saunière's death. The realization left Sophie overwhelmed, but for the first time in years, she understood her grandfather's secrecy and sacrifices. As Langdon prepared to leave, the last piece of the puzzle clicked into place. The Holy Grail's physical resting place was not in Rosslyn but hidden beneath the Louvre itself, beneath the inverted glass pyramid, a modern monument to the sacred feminine, where the bones of Mary Magdalene lay in eternal rest. Standing before the spot, Langdon knelt, recognizing that some mysteries were meant to be preserved. The adventure had changed him, not just intellectually but spiritually. The story he had followed through ancient texts, secret societies, and dangerous pursuits had brought him face to face with a history that had long been hidden in plain sight. The symbols, the codes, the riddles, they were all echoes of a truth lost to time. And yet, he realized, the real power of the Grail was not in its revelation, but in the questions it inspired.